pretty darn young, and
Yeah.
the goal is to improve.
Yeah, certainly. Pretty darn young, and especially on offense. I look at the pieces we have, and Panay and St. Brown on their rookie deal. Obviously Jameson and Swift and Jonah and all these guys that are still so young and can contribute so much, and it is exciting.
I don't listen to talk radio very much, but it's not been that positive. And then today I decided to turn it on because I thought it might be positive, and it was. And people are looking to the future. I mean, to know where this franchise was and how far it's come under your leadership and the leaders in this room, how much do you take going into the offseason knowing how much you guys have changed this place?
Yeah, it's exciting, and I think it's the culture we've built. It's the leaders on this team. It's the core of this team that's stood through that storm early on in the year, and even last year. Stood through that and come out the other side of it. Battle tested and truly perseverant. And those are the people, those are the leaders that are going to take us through it into the future. And we'll see where it goes, but it's exciting.
Jared, you got a unique perspective. You were able to see Brad Holmes in his other role, as a scout.
Yeah.
And, now coming over here as a GM. I guess over this stretch, man, what have you learned about him? Like, as you saw him grow, like, speak of just him and his, what he's been able to do for this team as well.
I think he's done a tremendous job, obviously, acquiring talent and doing all that stuff and getting us ready to go. But his process, man, just hearing about it, and he tells us, me about it sometimes, but mostly just hearing about it, how thorough he is, and how much time they spend on such nuanced little details for players and rookies and drafts and the whole thing, and it really is, a lot of fun to play for guys that put in that much time and effort into building this thing into what they want it to be.
Can you take us through your mind when you got the call from Ben that it was going to be the hook and ladder?
Yeah, I told him this morning. I said we didn't flinch. It didn't flinch at all, and I know he didn't flinch when he sent it in. And we really practiced it only a couple times this week, and but yeah, it didn't flinch at all. When we got out there and the St. Brown had press coverage on him, got a little nervous. Like, all right, this is going to happen really fast here. So I tried to get it to him as quickly as I could. He did the rest, and Swift caught it and made a great play.
Sewell talked about just pancaking the guy basically.
Yeah.
Guy,
That was sweet. We like getting him in space. He does a good job.
Jared, everybody's expecting Ben to get a lot of interest for a head coaching job, if not get hired quickly. What would it mean to lose Ben for you personally?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll cross that if it happens. He's been as instrumental to me as any coach has, and very thankful for him. And obviously always want them the best for him and him to get all the opportunities he deserves, but selfishly would love to be able to continue to play for him. But we'll see if that happens. We'll address it then.
Obviously, Dan has gone through some coaching changes. They've had to make some changes and moves and all that. Does that give you confidence that if Ben does leave, Dan could find somebody?
Absolutely, yeah, of course.
But Sewell wanted to get out there that Ben Johnson isn't that good. He says it's the players that make him.
Yeah, I don't know if we can hide him much anymore. I just kind of hit on it, but yeah, he's tremendous. He's been extremely instrumental for me and our whole team, and I want him the best for him, but selfishly would love to play for him continually. But we'll see where it goes.
Jared, the word that's been used around here so often is rebuild. Is it fair to say now that rebuild's over and you guys got to embrace the expectations that are coming?
You think so? Yeah, certainly. You think so, and I think Dan said it best. Our standards won't change for what we've built and who we are here, but our expectations absolutely do, and what we expect to do this coming year and into the future.
Jared, you're one of the only guys in this locker room that's actually made that next step from the bottom to the top. I'm curious what the next step is like, where expectations do rise. You're not just building towards something 2-3 years away. I mean, how did the expectations change? How does your process change?
Yeah, I think you know what you have now. There's not so much uncertainty, when you're coming into even this year or the year prior of figuring out what everyone's role is and where everyone fits. I think, coming into next year, you'd hope at this point we'd have a little bit of a really good feel of where everyone fits and what their role is going to be. And when you have that and you have the buy-in of guys that are willing to sacrifice and do the right things, it's good things happen. And right now that culture we're building and we have built and that is here to stay is that.
And do you have workouts planned for the offseason with the guys?
No, I don't have anything planned yet.
Okay.
I'll keep you guys up to date. Don't worry.
Dan said that one of the big reasons why you guys finished 9-8 is because of the way that you played this year. And obviously you're now one of the team leaders, and does this feel like home for you now?
Yeah, it feels great, man. It's been a lot of fun this year, and I said it, whatever that was, I felt like I was playing my best football. I still feel that way, and surrounded by a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches, and have been able to have some good success this year personally. But more than anything, I think being able to finish on a winning record, as the quarterback and leader of this team, and being able to come back from 30-13 and do what we did this year, and granted didn't make the playoffs, but the progress feels incredible, and where we are right now heading into the offseason feels really good.
Do you, like, this thing is happening, I mean, do you see the potential to see not just offense?
Yeah, of course.
The entire roster with how many young guys are contributing?
Of course, that's the exciting part now. Is unfortunately we'll have to wait a little bit to see what it looks like next year. But like I kind of hit on, the culture is here, the core is here, the foundation is built. It's there, it's all there, and now it's just about people falling into place and doing their jobs consistently, and our expectations and standards continuing to rise.
Jared, maybe these guys covered it already, and you've spoken very highly of Ben all throughout. He could be a hot commodity on the offense. What he's meant to you.
Yeah, he's been as instrumental as any coach I've ever had, and our communication is as good as I've ever been a part of, and he does a great job with not just me but everybody, get everyone ready to play. And I joked middle of the year that I'm gonna stop saying nice things about him because I know where that heads. And but like if he does end up doing that, I'll be thrilled for him. He's a hell of a coach, and that's why you get into this profession, is to do that. But selfishly, I'd love to continue to play for him.
Jared, for you personally, where does this season stack up?
Pretty high, yeah, pretty high, and maybe it's prisoner of the moment, but this team is as special a group as I've ever been a part of, and it's not prisoner of the moment because we were 1-6, and it's broad vision, but the people in this room and the people in this locker room and the coaches, it's truly incredible, the mental toughness and the perseverance that this group has, and that will carry us into hopefully greater things in the future. But it's very humbling, and I'm very proud to be a part of it, and to be able to say I'm a leader of it, and to be able to be around these people every day this year.
Jared, what does it mean to you that you've kind of won the hearts of Lions fans? I mean, from when you came over to right now, I don't think there's any question that you're the quarterback of this team in their eyes.
Yeah, it feels great. I love our fans, and I think last night was a really good example of that. Seeing them after the game and being able to give them some love there. All of us were, and it's pretty special. We weren't playing for a playoff spot, and they were there all the way through, and then stayed after the game and were cheering us on. And I think this year, in particular, our home games, and then that one, to kind of cap it off, you get a great glimpse of what this place can truly be like when we're winning consistently, and as we expect to in the future.
Did you have a sense of what kind of football town this was at all before you got here?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'd heard, what it means to people, but being here and seeing it, and being around it, and seeing the fans on game day, and I think again, like this year, some of those home games late in the year when we were rolling, you go, okay, like this is a really special place, and can be special as long as we continue to do our job.
A lot of people expect this success just to continue next year, and you've been around long enough to know that it can, but it doesn't always happen that way. So what do you have to do to make sure that it does? Like this? And I don't mean like move-wise in the locker room, but just how do you?
I think our Dan said it and I've said it, like our standards remain the same and our expectations continue to rise, but our standards can go up too. Like how we hold each other accountable, and what we're expecting of each other, and what OTAs we want that to look like, and training camp. Like it's going to be much more intentional, I believe, at least from the players' aspect. I know the coaches are going to be always intentional, but we're going to know what we have and what we have the potential to do, and it's a much different feeling than trying to figure that out.
And Dan said this a couple times, and not just about you, but he said it about you the last couple of days. Like you're the perfect fit for this team, you're the perfect quarterback. And he said it when they drafted Aiden, like this is the guy we deserve, and he deserves us. I'm wondering what that means to you, and do you feel the same way? Like, and if so, why? Why do you feel like you're the right fit for personality or how you operate?
I don't know if I have the answer to that. That's up to them. I mean, I've loved my time here, and love Dan and love the players and the coach. I can't speak higher of this group and these coaches, and I love leading this team. I love being a part of it. I love playing for Dan. I love playing for Brad. I love playing for Sheila. Like such a special group and a special place to be. And Ford Field. It's just it all goes into it. It's a really special place to be, and I've really enjoyed it.
Jared, what's it like to be appreciated? To be appreciated. What's it mean to you?
No, I got you. It feels great because I've been on the flip side of that, and to be in a place where you are appreciated and you feel good. And again, I keep kind of saying the same thing, but like these people here, it's just a special place, and I'm proud to be a part of it.